You've got the book idea, you have the passion, but every single time you sit down to write, there's actually no time left. And you begin to wonder, is this book idea of mine even worth it? There's no time to sit down and get this done. There's just so much going on. I'm too busy and it will never get done. This kind of experience can be frustrating, concerning, blow the wind out of your sails, and really question whether or not it's worth it to pursue being an author. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about time. And you might have hidden time away that you don't even recognize as being filled with other activities that can be easily replaced or shifted around to something else. So in this episode, I'm going to share the quick audit that gave me back 60 minutes in my day so that I could write the book I'm working on, and how you can do the same. This is Your Path to Publish. I'm your host, Zach Christensen. For the past decade, our team has guided authors just like you to find the best path to publish your book, get people excited to buy it even before it launches, and to turn it into the ultimate business card to build your business and your legacy. If you are ready to get your book out of your head and into people's hands, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Let me guess, you've told yourself some version of this. Once work slows down, I'll start writing. Once the kids start school again, I'll have more time to write. Once I get a few free weekends when all of the activities have slowed down, I'll begin to start to write. Does that sound familiar? Well, I've had that my entire life. Not necessarily about book writing, but other activities that I've really wanted to do. And I've looked at others and thought, how do they have the time to accomplish this? It seems like they're just as busy as I am, and their schedule is as full as mine. Well, one thing I've learned is that the perfect stretch never comes. It's all about recognizing where your time is, where it's spent right now, and what you can do to shift it around. And here's what I've learned working with coaches, consultants, and experts in their field who want to write and publish their book. It's that you don't need more time. What you really need is to see where your time is going. After meeting with several clients and potential clients on this, I've challenged them to look at their time. And one of them discovered through doing this audit that they were wasting about 45 minutes to an hour every day just scrolling through social media. It wasn't that it was a bad thing to do, but it was taking away from what they really wanted to do. Let's jump into about how to really look at and audit your time. Because you may be assuming all I need to do is just track my time and see where it's spent and make adjustments there. That's true, but it's only part of the equation to understand where your time is going. I call this a Time Awareness Audit for authors. And here's how it works. For 3 days, and I'm only going to encourage you to do it for 3 days. If you want to go longer, you can, but 3 days where you would particularly like to write is a great window to start with. So what you're going to do is for 3 days straight, you're going to track your time from the moment you wake up until you go to bed. And it doesn't matter how you track the time. So find whatever works for you. It could be using your notes app. It could be taking voice memos. It could be a spreadsheet. It could be any other method that's easy for you to be able to track your time. And you want to do that throughout the day or at the end of the day, as long as you can remember what you have done. Now, part of this is to not judge yourself. You're just tracking. You're just learning. You're just taking in. The analysis and actions will take place after the 3 days. So remember, just track for right now. So simple, right? So then after the 3 days, you're going to look back and come at it with a growth mindset. Look at where you spent your time. What is consistent? What are the patterns? What can you learn from the time that you can control versus the time that you don't have so much control over? What are some things that crept in that you didn't even notice? Now remember, this is all about learning. This isn't about guilt. It's about learning and awareness of where you're currently spending your time. And this is because awareness gives you agency and the agency to be able to choose and make adjustments with that informed information. So now that you've done your audit, we're going to jump into the key piece of this whole exercise so that you can begin writing your book. You've probably discovered some time where you do have some opportunities to write, and you might just need to shift things around. You may need to talk to your spouse. You may need to look at the times where you're doing an okay activity, but it could be a more productive and engaging activity, like working on your book. Once you've identified those, then we're going to jump to the other side of the equation, and we're going to look at your assumptions. Many of the authors that I work with assume that they need long writing stretches, where in reality, you can get your book done a little bit at a time. A long writing stretch can be beneficial, but if you do not currently have that in your schedule, the 15-minute time frames, the 20, maybe the 30-minute time frames are all you need to get your book started and going. A good way to think about this is writing sprints, where you have a dedicated 15 to 20 minutes and you're fully focused on getting your book written. And as you may have noticed, those 20 to 40 minute writing sprints are hiding in plain sight. It may be in the evening at 9:30 p.m. when you're scrolling before you go to bed. It may be that time where you're binging your Netflix show. I'm not asking you to stop the whole thing, but maybe 2 times a week you choose to write instead of binge. Now, you don't have to give up your life. If at any point you feel tension with this, find an activity that can be replaced where you feel excited about writing. You just need to choose a few times a week to get started, and the momentum will build. So that's simple enough, right? Right now, if you're nodding, go book a quick strategy session with me, and we can discover how we can get you started. And I'll walk through with you and help you identify where in your audit you might have additional space and what assumptions you're holding about the writing you need to get done. So just head over to juxtabook.com and you'll see the button to schedule a free consultation. So here's your challenge for this week. Track your time for just 3 days. And then identify a window where you can write for 15 minutes. And then show up for that window and treat it like a meeting with your future self, so that you can progress towards the person and author that you want to become. So remember, you don't find the time to write, you claim it. And the book writing time is probably sitting in between the cracks in your time throughout the day. Thanks for listening. Give us a review if this episode was helpful, and go out there, keep writing, keep producing, and find that time to write. We'll see you next time.